What if I told you that sprinting as we know it has changed forever? This year, something extraordinary happened at the Olympic Games that shook the world of track and field. A moment so impactful that it redefined sprinting. A 21-year-old from Botswana, Lete Tobo, emerged as not just another competitor, but a true game changer.
Let's see, Lete Tobo, you proved that you're not only 200 meters top runner, but also 100 meters, so...
This video will dive into why Tobogo's performances have set a new standard, and why sprinting will never be the same. Sprinting has always been about pushing human limits, but Tobogo's rise is more than just about speed. It's about rewriting the sport's future. In this video, we'll break down Tobogo's Olympic feats, explore how he's already reshaping the sprinting landscape, and speculate on what this means for the sport's future. So, whether you're a fan of athletics or just someone who loves witnessing history, stay tuned. You're about to discover how one athlete has begun to change everything we know about sprinting. To understand Lete Tobogo's impact, we need to look back at sprinting's evolution. From Jesse Owens' historic run in the 1936 Berlin Olympics to Usain Bolt's world record-shattering performances, sprinting has seen legends who pushed the boundaries of speed. Each era brought new icons, athletes who didn't just run fast, but redefined what was possible on the track. Jesse Owens ran on cinder tracks with little more than raw talent and determination. Then came Carl Lewis, who dominated the 1980s and 90s with his blend of power and grace. Finally, Usain Bolt took the world by storm, not just breaking records, but doing so with an unmatched flair. His 9.58 seconds in the 100 meters in 2009 remains the benchmark for sprinters worldwide. But Lete Tobogo's emergence isn't just another chapter in this history, it's a new book entirely. His performances this year symbolize a shift where sprinting isn't just about speed anymore. It's about strategy, endurance, and mental toughness. As we dive into Tobogo's story, you'll see how this young sprinter from Botswana is poised to redefine what it means to be a world-class sprinter. The 100-meter race that shook the world. The 100 meters at this year's Olympics was unforgettable. Lete Tobo lined up against the world's best, and what followed was a race for the ages. Tobogo clocked a blazing 9.86 seconds, breaking Botswana's national record. But in the most competitive 100-meter race in history, that time was only enough for 6th place. Noah Lyles won with 9.78 seconds, but the real story was how close the entire field was. The top 6 finishers were separated by just 0.08 seconds. Tobogo's time, which would have been a silver medal last year, barely cracked the top 6. This race wasn't just fast, it was a showcase of how sprinting has evolved. The margins for error are smaller than ever, and every millisecond counts. Tobogo's 6th place finish wasn't a loss, it was a message. It showed that today's sprinting world is more competitive than ever, with every athlete needing to be at their absolute best. The 100 meters is no longer just about being the fastest, it's about maintaining composure, executing perfect strategy, and handling immense pressure. Tobogo proved that he belongs among the elite and that sprinting has entered a new era. The depth of competition, a new era of speed. The 100 meters final at this year's Olympics was more than just a race. It was a revelation. The difference between 1st and 6th place was a mere 0.08 seconds. Lete Tobogo's incredible 9.86 seconds, a national record for Botswana, was only good enough for 6th. This wasn't just a fast race, it was a sign that we're in a new era of sprinting, where the competition is deeper than ever. In previous Olympics, Tobogo's time would have secured him a medal, maybe even gold, but not this year. The race showcased an unprecedented level of talent, with every athlete pushing the limits of what's possible. Sprinting has evolved beyond just raw speed. It's now a battle of precision, strategy, and nerves. Every millisecond counts, and the smallest mistake can cost you a medal. Lete Tobogo's performance exemplifies this new reality. His 6th place finish wasn't a defeat, it was proof that today's sprinting world is more competitive than ever. The depth of talent means that any of the finalists could have won, and the sport has never been more thrilling. This race wasn't just about who was the fastest, it was about who could handle the pressure and deliver when it mattered most. The 200-meter victory redefining dominance. While the 100 meters highlighted the depth of competition, it was the 200 meters where Lete Tobo truly shined. Tobogo didn't just compete, he dominated. With a time of 19.46 seconds, he set a new African record and won Botswana's first ever Olympic medal in this event. He defeated some of the biggest names in the sport, including the reigning world champion Noah Lyles. This victory was more than just a win for Tobogo. It was a statement. It showed that the balance of power in sprinting is shifting. Noah Lyles, who had been the dominant force in the 200 meters, was dethroned by a young upstart from Botswana. Tobogo's performance was a masterclass in speed, power, and race strategy. Tobogo's win redefined what it means to dominate in sprinting. In a field that had been ruled by familiar names, he emerged as a new force, ready to challenge the old guard. His victory didn't just earn him a place in history, it signaled the arrival of a new era in the 200 meters, where anything is possible and no one's spot at the top is guaranteed. Tobogo versus the world, a new sprinting rivalry. Lete Tobogo's victory in the 200 meters wasn't just a personal triumph, it sparked a new rivalry in sprinting. Rivalries are what make sports exciting. They push athletes to their limits and captivate fans. With Tobogo's rise, we're witnessing the beginning of what could be one of the most exciting rivalries in track and field. Tobogo's defeat of Noah Lyles, a two-time world champion, was more than an upset. It was a sign that a new challenger has arrived. Lyles has dominated the 200 meters for years, but Tobogo has shown he's ready to take the crown. This isn't just about two athletes. It's about a new era of sprinting, where competition is fierce and nothing is certain. But it's not just Lyles who will be watching Tobogo closely. The sprinting world is full of top talent, and athletes like Kenny Bednarek, Fred Kerley, and Andre DeGrasse are all in the mix. Tobogo has proven that he's not just a competitor, he's a frontrunner. This new rivalry adds a layer of unpredictability and excitement to every race, making sprinting more thrilling than ever. The 4x400 meter relay, a glimpse into the future. If Lete Tobogo's performances in the 100 meter and 200 meters were impressive, his anchor leg in the 4x400 meter relay was simply extraordinary. Tobogo ran one of the fastest relay splits in history, a blistering 43.4 seconds. This wasn't just a great run, it was a performance that left everyone in awe and showed just how special this young sprinter is. Make sure to subscribe to Sports Dive. In the 4x400 meter, it's not just about speed, it's about strategy, endurance, and mental toughness. Tobogo's final lap was a masterclass in all three. He took the baton with Botswana in a challenging position and nearly secured gold with an incredible sprint that brought his team within a hair's breadth of victory. What's even more remarkable is that Tobogo's primary events aren't the 400 meters, yet he delivered a performance that outpaced some of the best 400 meter runners in the world. This race was a preview of what's to come, not just for Tobogo, but for the sport of sprinting. It showed that the future of sprinting will belong to athletes who can excel in multiple events, and Tobogo is leading the charge. A new sprinting archetype, the triple threat. Lete Tobogo is not just a sprinter, he's a new archetype in the sport. Traditionally, sprinters focus on one or two distances, mastering those events. But Tobogo is breaking that mold. He's not only excelling in the 100 meters and 200 meters, but also showing incredible potential in the 400 meters. This makes him a rare triple threat in the world of sprinting. Historically, few athletes have managed to compete at the highest level across all three sprinting distances, but Tobogo is showing that it's possible. His performances this year prove that he has the speed for the 100 meter, the power for the 200 meter near one, and the endurance for the 400 meter. This combination of skills is setting a new standard in sprinting. Tobogo's versatility is changing the game. The days of single event specialization are fading. The future of sprinting will belong to athletes who can adapt, evolve, and perform at the highest level across multiple distances. Tobogo is leading this evolution, and his success will likely inspire a new generation of sprinters who aim to follow in his footsteps. Sprinting is evolving, and Tobogo is at the forefront of this exciting new era. The science of speed, how Tobogo's technique is changing the game. Tobogo's success isn't just about natural talent, it's also about technique. In sprinting, where races are decided by fractions of a second, technique is everything. Tobogo's form is nothing short of revolutionary. From his explosive starts to his smooth, powerful strides, Tobogo's running style is a masterclass in efficiency. What sets Tobogo apart is his ability to maintain top speed with minimal energy expenditure. His high knee lift, quick turnover, and minimal ground contact time all contribute to his extraordinary speed. But it's not just physical. Tobogo's mental approach is just as important. His approach to sprinting is likely to influence training methods and strategies for years to come. As more athletes adopt these techniques, we could see a new wave of sprinters who are faster, more efficient, and more mentally resilient than ever before. Tobogo is not just winning races, he's changing the way sprinting is approached and taught. Comparisons to Usain Bolt, the next sprinting icon? Whenever a new star emerges in sprinting, comparisons to Usain Bolt are inevitable. Bolt set a standard that seems impossible to surpass, but Lete Tobogo's rise has people wondering if he could be the next big thing. Tobogo's performances at such a young age remind many of Bolt's early years. Both athletes have a rare combination of speed, power, and charisma that captivates the world. But while the comparisons are flattering, Tobogo is not just another Bolt, he's his own athlete. Bolt was known for his relaxed demeanor and playful antics, while Tobogo brings a different intensity to his races. He's more focused, strategic, and perhaps more aware of the stakes. This mental edge, combined with his physical abilities, gives Tobogo a distinct identity. What makes this comparison intriguing is the potential for Tobogo to surpass Bolt's achievements. While Bolt holds the world records in the 100-meter and 200-meter, Tobogo's versatility suggests he could achieve things Bolt didn't. If Tobogo continues on this path, he could become the first sprinter to dominate the 100 meters, 200 meters, and 400 meters, a feat that would cement his place as one of the greatest sprinters ever. The pressure of potential, what's next for Tobogo? With great success comes great expectations, and Lete Tobo is no exception. At just 21, he's already achieved what many athletes dream of: Olympic medals, national records, and a place among the world's fastest sprinters. But with these accomplishments comes the pressure to do more, to go faster, and to continue redefining sprinting. So, what's next for Tobogo? The world will be watching his every move, scrutinizing his performances, and expecting nothing less than greatness. This level of pressure can be overwhelming, even for seasoned athletes. But Tobogo has shown he thrives under pressure. His calm and composed demeanor, even in the face of intense competition, is one of his greatest strengths. Looking ahead, Tobogo will likely focus on refining his technique, improving his times, and expanding his range of events. There's also the possibility of setting new world records, something that seems within reach given his trajectory. The pressure of potential is real, but so is Tobogo's talent. If he can manage the expectations and continue improving, there's no telling what he could achieve. The world of sprinting is on the brink of something special, and Tobogo is at the center of it all. How Tobogo is inspiring a new generation. Lete Tobogo's success is not just a personal victory, it's a source of inspiration for a new generation of athletes, especially in Africa. Traditionally, Africa has produced champions in middle and long distance running, but Tobogo is showing that the continent can also dominate in sprinting. His achievements are sparking excitement among young athletes, who see Tobogo as proof that they too can succeed on the world stage. For many aspiring sprinters in Africa, Tobogo's rise is a beacon of hope. He's showing that with talent, hard work, and determination, it's possible to overcome the odds and achieve greatness. Tobogo's story is powerful because it challenges the narrative that sprinters must come from certain countries or have access to top-tier facilities to succeed. But Tobogo's impact goes beyond inspiring individuals. He's helping raise the profile of sprinting in Africa, encouraging investment in track and field programs, and drawing attention to the continent's potential as a hotbed for future sprinting stars. As more young athletes take up the sport, we could see a new wave of talent emerging from Africa, ready to challenge the established order in global athletics. Tobogo's influence is global. His story resonates with athletes worldwide, particularly those from underrepresented communities. He's a reminder that talent can come from anywhere, and that the path to success is not always straight. Tobogo is more than just a sprinter. He's an inspiration, and his story is one of hope, determination, and breaking barriers. Lete Tobogo's rise marks a turning point in sprinting. The landscape has changed, and the future looks different from the past. With Tobogo's emergence, we're entering a new era, one where competition is fiercer, athletes are more versatile, and the limits of what's possible are constantly being pushed. Tobogo's success has set a new standard for sprinters worldwide. His versatility across multiple distances, combined with his innovative techniques and mental toughness, has redefined what it means to be an elite sprinter. No longer is it enough to specialize in just one event. The best athletes will be those who can adapt, evolve, and perform at the highest level across various distances. This shift is already rippling across the sport. Coaches, athletes, and sports scientists are taking notice of Tobogo's approach, studying his techniques, and incorporating his methods into their training programs. As more athletes adopt these practices, we could see a new generation of sprinters who are faster, stronger, and more resilient than ever before. The changes go beyond just the athletes themselves. Tobogo's success challenges the traditional power structures in sprinting. Countries that have historically dominated the sport may find themselves facing new competition from emerging nations. The future of sprinting is exciting and unpredictable, with Tobogo leading the charge. Sprinting will never be the same, and we're lucky to witness this transformation. Make sure to subscribe to Sports Dive. As we wrap up this deep dive into Lete Tobogo's extraordinary career, it's clear we're witnessing something special. This young sprinter from Botswana is not just making history, he's changing sprinting in ways we never imagined. But now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about Lete Tobogo's impact on sprinting? Do you believe he has what it takes to set new world records and dominate the sport for years to come? What times do you think he'll achieve in the 100 meters, 200 meters, and 400 meters? And how do you think his success will influence the next generation of sprinters? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's start a conversation about the future of sprinting and what it means to be a world-class athlete in this new era. If you enjoyed this video and want more content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and as always, until next time, stay fast, stay focused, and keep chasing those dreams.